Welcome back, dweebs, to another episode of the Weekly Dweeb. With me, as always, is my good friend Kev. Kev, is it a curmudgeon Monday? How we doing? How you doing right now?
Ooh, a curmudgeon Monday. I like that a lot. But no, I think we will be here to spread the joy that is just living life, just being in love with life. That's what I'm about on this Monday. James, how about yourself, brother?
I am not too bad. The weather is finally warm in this part of the universe. I don't know how it is for everybody else out there, our people over the pond. It's finally warm here. It is. Finally. Oh, now my computer's going crazy.
We made it. We did it.
We fucking did it, Kev. We fucking did it. A lot of video games talk today, Kev. I'm interested to get your thoughts on some stuff that has happened. And you brought up a bunch of TV and movie shit that I had missed somehow.
Oh, yeah.
Some very interesting stuff. But first off, Kev, last week, Microsoft had a big week. They had a huge third-party exclusive last week called Clair Obscur Expedition 33, okay? I know you've not heard much about this, which is not really the point, other than you just need to know it was a big deal, okay?
Pretty big deal.
Reviews started coming out on Wednesday, and the reviews were insane. 10s, 5s, 9.5s, like perfect scores across the board. Currently on Metacritic, it is the highest rated game of the year.
Ooh.
So it's in the running, and it's early. It's only April, but it's in the running for Game of the Year.
Well, there you go. That's a pretty good start.
Yep. Great start, right? However, last week, on Tuesday, Bethesda had a live stream announcing the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered that has been rumored for months and months and months and months. This was Tuesday. And by the way, they shadow dropped it on the spot and released it. So, Kev, before I tell you what then transpired, what are your thoughts? They cannibalize. The worry was they cannibalized their own game. What is up, Pet Bug?
Hello.
Alert on Twitter, then was later self.
Hey, well, you know what? Those two things cancel out, right? Like that.
We were
honestly, you're still in the positive. I think posting an alert is worth way more than being late. So we appreciate you very much, James. I have some very
you do
simple
know Oblivion.
feedback.
You know.
Oh,
Oblivion.
I know Oblivion more.
Mm-hmm.
Really, you almost have to be in our generation, James, to know Oblivion the way that someone like myself knows it, because it came out when I was a teenager and had enough time to beat the entire game multiple times using multiple classes, different characters, all kinds of stuff. I have probably played the first 2 to 3 hours of Oblivion more than I've ever played anything else when you think about it. Like, I played that game a lot. It was a game that I had a lot of fun with, but I will just say this is the most Bethesda thing I have ever heard. Of course, they would be the guys, that would be the group that would say, hey, we have this thing that people really want. A lot of people would want it for the nostalgia and because it's on an upgraded system. If they already have the system, if they already have the television, they're likely to buy this so they can see one of their favorite games ever in all of this ultra HD glory. Okay, so they apparently don't market that. That's what I understand a shadow drop to mean, was just like, oh, hey, look at this. By the way, welcome to the game store. A game we could have marketed to you and probably moved a lot more units if we had done that. But not only do they cut themselves off at the knee by not marketing their own product, but then they, with the foot that has now been removed from that bloody stump, they have taken their foot and are smashing their other foot and breaking all their own toes with it by saying, oh, we're also going to release right on top of another very immersive, visually appealing game that we could sell a lot of units of. Also, both these games, I can't speak as much about Expedition 33, but Oblivion is not a quick playthrough, regardless of
No,
how
Kev, it came with all the expansions included.
That's wild. I know a buddy of mine,
like 500 hours if you wanted to play through it all. It's quite wild.
Yeah, one of our coworkers over at Carnage Media, shout out to the boys. My buddy Tom, one of our phenomenal cameramen, was complaining to me after the show about how he went to sleep in the wrong town and woke up and had gotten bit by a vampire and then had to spend the next 5 hours in real life time doing all the little quests to heal himself from being a vampire. And it's just like, that is incredibly annoying, first of all. But that's the kind of game we're talking about. Like, this is not a you're going to beat it in a couple of days situation. So
no,
why you wouldn't more strategically separate the two? It's how else can I put this, James? I don't think these are games that people will play at the same time, right? Like, even if you're someone who plays multiple games, you're probably mixing up genres, right? Like,
unless you don't have a life, don't have a job, which is really cool for you.
True. But yeah, it's just sort of like, if I need a break from my immersive fantasy game, I'm going to play it.
An immersive role-playing fantasy.
Yeah, right? Like something that takes even more time. No, I don't get the strategy here, James, other than it's Bethesda, so there probably wasn't a strategy.
It's wild because Microsoft now owns them, so you would think they'd be like, hey, no, not today, not this week. Not this week, right?
Yeah, who's in charge around here?
Like, here's the fucking reviews that came out the day after Expedition 33 released. Look at the first comments from Microsoft too. I saw that too.
What a week for you all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even
just
the social media.
Apparently an insane game.
Guys.
I am going to buy it. I just happened to buy Assassin's Creed Shadow like 2 weeks ago, and I can't play 2 games at once, Kev. I can barely have enough time to play a game at once.
That's what I'm saying. Come on, man. Whew.
So you
messing up.
In theory, the worry is like, first thing I said is like, oh my God, you guys absolutely just undercut this team. Which, mind you, Kev, here's one for you. This team, I think it's Sandfall Games. Let me confirm this. I think that's who made this game. Yeah, Sandfall Games. 33 people made this game. That's it. It's a coincidence that it's called Expedition 33, by the way. There were 33 devs on this game. That is it.
Is it a coincidence, though? This is starting to all feel very esoteric. Sandfall Games, with their team of 33 developers, makes a game called Expedition 33. Am I getting Skeleton Crewed all over again, James? Is somebody flirting with the idea of enlightenment, of a story about alchemy, and yet it's probably gonna have nothing to do with anything? What is going on here? Somebody get their dictionary of symbols out.
Headbug would like to know why the ratings are all over the scale. Out of 10, out of 5. Headbug, us Americans, we just, out of 100, we fucking can't make any decisions up.
Oh yeah, anything, to
we have no
away
idea.
from the metric system too.
Yeah, we're dumb. We're so dumb over here. Kev, the good news is, though, it did not stop this game from exploding. Oops, and I clicked stop sharing, and I did not share. I hit the wrong button. So the dramatic pause there is on. Hold on. Still coming. Still coming. Phrasing, really bad. 3 days after launch, the game sold over 1 million copies.
Woo!
for a team of and it says it right there. This number includes units shipped to retailers and does not encompass our awesome Game Pass players. They sold 1 million copies. And I got another one here. Let's click the right button this time. Oh, where is that?
Good work on the 1 million units, gang.
1 million copies in 3 days. Over the weekend, they had 120,000 concurrent players on Steam.
God damn.
It absolutely blew up. So
wow.
Oblivion couldn't even stop the fucking hype train.
I rate this announcement a 2 out of 420. See, I'm with it. No, you're good. I'm with it.
Let me see if I can find a trailer that we can play. So apparently the music's fucking really awesome. So Headbug, this is a French developed game.
Very you're French goddamn right it is.
I don't know how the relations are with the French over there, Headbug. You'll have to let us know. But it's got major voice actors. Charlie Cox is in this game. Andy Serkis voiced in this game. And Ben Starr, who is blowing up right now. He was the lead in the most recent Final Fantasy. And is doing a bunch of stuff right now. He is... Now it makes... Oh, no! Whoopsie. I'm trying to see if we're going to see if I can blow my computer up here with just a trailer or something we can play in the background. Only 30 hours, Kev, for the main story, 30 more if you want to play everything. So not a huge game, which is awesome. We know we don't have a ton of time in these parts. Here we go. Got an official launch trailer. Let's see if I can get this up there. In the meantime,
I love the optional. Yeah. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Join us in the chat or leave us a comment so long as they are all pro-French people, all right? No anti-French comments will be allowed. Nor are they encouraged.
Let's see if this works. See if I lose the audio.
Whoopsie.
There we go. Let's see if I can blow my computer up playing this.
You should never have come. You're only going to make things worse for everyone. No. She chose to come.
I can't tell if that's loud or not on your end.
Make the rules between you two.
Good.
You're fighting to change things.
Apparently the soundtrack's awesome.
Come after.
Is she getting Uzumaki'd right now?
Right?
Yeah, she got Uzumaki there.
So I was used to losing people.
Yeah.
Small term truce. I agree, Headbug. I agree. I agree to those terms.
It's called a small term truce?
Yeah, it's a truce between this one French person and all of England. Or at least the important people in England.
Turn-based game, Kev. It's pretty big throwback.
Oh yeah, it's got elements of a lot of different things, of which only the Final Fantasy elements will really be familiar to me.
Take
yes.
everything.
It's got some Final Fantasy isms to it.
Is this true?
My house with him.
Well, that's a weird looking
I
thing.
need to go now.
It had to be Andy Serkis. He does all the mocap for weird looking things.
Yeah, right.
Gollum, Caesar.
What a cool job.
Who are you?
I don't know what this says, Headbug, but it sounds good. Anyway, that is.
This is not a history show. All right.
We're not smart enough to be history people.
Hey, one of these days.
So yeah, that is Clair Obscur. Was not overshadowed by Oblivion being shadow dropped. Unfortunately, Kev will not be able to play Oblivion because it's a real people job and isn't allowed.
Or I probably don't have the right operating system either.
Oh fuck no.
What? Maybe.
Yeah,
Now
well,
I technically could
not.
buy one, but I've held off for this long that I'm kind of like, but do you need it? And every time I ask myself the Do you
answer is
need
yes.
it though? Question. The answer is always no. James, I can't break my own adult programming now. I've become too responsible. No one who's ever known me.
I would like to
believe that.
make an announcement.
Whoa!
This may be the first positive comment Shadow's ever given.
We did it.
Shadow, have you played it? I'm going to buy it. I haven't at the moment. I'm playing Assassin's Creed.
Ooh.
I see very good things, and I'm very highly intrigued by it. And I was stupid and bought Assassin's Creed 2 weeks ago, like a dummy.
This would be a game that I would play on the next system, because if I do ever upgrade, it will be to an Xbox. Most likely it's a little more affordable, and in which case I'll probably have Game Pass at one point or another.
Yeah.
And therefore I would play this game, because this would, as big of a Final Fantasy VII fan as I was, and just being able to play, what was it, 10, I think, on the PS2.
Yep. 10.
I played the demo, of course, of 7 when it was remastered. I would love to see something that is just that visually stimulating, but then has the turn-based stuff. I really did enjoy those games when I had the time to play them, but man, that'd be the kind of stuff that would ruin your whole week, because, next thing you know, it's like, oh shit, it's 4 a.m.
Yeah,
and this is a Wednesday. Oh man, I got to work in a couple hours. What did I do?
No, calling in sick tomorrow. He says graphics make a lot of developers look like Haas. Expose how lazy, and I'm not saying that word. Redacted. A lot of companies are.
Right.
It looks
that
awesome.
small
33
team.
developers. 33 is all it took. And it seems like there's not a lot of fluff. Like your one argument with like the Final Fantasy Rebirth, which is probably one of my favorite games ever, is there's a lot of extra stuff in there that you don't necessarily have to have. So like, as much as I love playing it all, seeing a game that's 30-ish hours, I'm like, that's manageable for somebody like me. However, it's also why I bought Assassin's Creed, and I've played it. Not even now at 10 hours, but it took me 2 weeks and 10 hours. Took me a little bit. Yeah, so looking forward to it. I will get on. I will play that game some point. Do not know when. Now, Kev, we got just a run of really weird random topics.
That's right.
And we might have a short show tonight. We'll see how long these take. See if I got everything pulled up here. Oh, you had this one. Let me get that one.
Oh, Expedition's also only $40. I didn't realize that.
Wow. I thought it was 50, so 40 is awesome. Maybe it's a new month on Thursday. Maybe I go buy it and just be like, oh, I'll just have it.
Even 50 is better than what they're normally doing.
Headbug, we'll get drug. We'll drag it out as long as we can. Let's take a look and see if that's right. I bet he's right. Let's see. Let me just buy Clair Obscur Expedition free. Whoop, whoop. Let's see here.
So the storyline of this is essentially that generations are dying, like entire age groups at a time. I don't know what year they started, but let's just say it's like their society is playing a game of 99 bottles of beer on the wall, except for after you take one down, you pass around, everybody that's that age dies. And so it goes all the way back. And so now the people who are 33 years old have to decide if they're going to go out whenever your year is up. The elders within the village go out on this expedition and search around the outside of their little village or whatever to try to find the source of their curse, their problem, whatever the hell it is. So that's where Expedition 33 comes from. It's the expedition of all the 33-year-olds that are looking to figure out why everybody keeps dying all the time over here. Yep. So if anybody was looking for a plot synopsis, you're very welcome.
Yep, that's pretty much it. What? It looks like it's $50, by the way, which is still much better than Switch 2's $80 games.
Still real good. I'd take it.
I'm trying to see something else. Yeah, 50 is, I mean, so I said it was a big get for Microsoft. It sure looks like, I think it's on PlayStation. I think I said that wrong. It's definitely on PlayStation. I said that really wrong. So I guess that's probably why they didn't give a fuck, huh?
Just what the world needs, Headbug. Another Kansas City Chiefs fan. But it's all right. It's all right.
I didn't read that. I didn't see the Travis Kelce. I'm like, oh.
Apparently there were some, what is it? Taylor Swift and Mrs. Ryan Reynolds having some drama.
Oh no.
Blake Lively. That's very rude of me. I'm sorry.
Oh,
she has her own agency.
Yes.
All right. She's her own person.
It is
And I'm
on
sure
Games Pass,
plenty of
so I
people know who
suppose-
she is without saying, Ryan Reynolds' wife. But that's neither here nor there, James. You were saying?
I was wrong. It is definitely on PlayStation and Xbox. Like I'm a moron. I thought they only had it on Xbox. But anyway, it is on Games Pass, so I could download it and test the waters before.
Let's do it.
I will buy it. That's my rules. I will absolutely buy it. Physical media. You guys know my rules.
Yeah, and supporting a developer team that doesn't just try to screw you over by asking you to pre-order a game that's not finished and then saying, hey, for all that extra money you paid us, guess what? You get to do some of the work and beta test this sumbitch. Isn't that great for you?
There's some game. Wasn't there one it's been crowdfunded multi-millions and it still hasn't came out?
Oh, what is that scam?
You know what
game?
I'm talking about too.
It's like
it's like a straight scam game. Physical media.
Tapped at the same time. Hands off over here.
Yep. Xbox keeps demanding I buy a pass. I say no. Only reason I have it is for the College Football Dynasty. I have to have it. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't either. I got too many subscriptions right now. I'm gonna have to make some hard decisions, Kev. I think HBO is gonna go as soon as The Last of Us is over. I think it's got to go.
Ooh.
Netflix is on the chopping block right now.
Yeah, Netflix.
I don't.
Might
watch on
a
Netflix.
Temporary pause, honestly. I'll probably catch up on Black Mirror, and by that I mean watch virtually all of it before I stop. But
that's
turned
what
it back on in anticipation of not only Monday Night Raw coming over. I wanted to see what that looked like, but it was originally because Stranger Things was supposed to be coming back, and then that is delayed again.
Like next year, probably.
So
or later this year. We don't know much about that. Yeah, outside of Black Mirror, there isn't much on Netflix right now that intrigues me. All caught up.
A lot of slop.
Caught up. So
especially when you can watch Michael Mann's 1995 masterpiece crime thriller Heat for free on YouTube. Okay, why would you pay money?
That's true.
3
I
hours.
could watch the Dungeons and Dragons movies at what is it? Thieves Among Thieves or whatever is that called? With Chris, one of the Chris's in it. Not Pratt, not Evans,
Tucker?
not Hemsworth. The other one. Star Trek Pratt.
Oh, Pine.
Chris Pine. Yeah, he's in it.
There he is.
Heard it's fun.
What up, Kang? Welcome to the show.
What up, Kang? Headbug. Lord of the Rings is on, I think, HBO here.
That's
Kang
Amazon,
Pine.
Or are you talking
the
Ring series or the movies?
The movies. Rings of Power is on Amazon, which I watched like the first 20 minutes of that. I completely forgot it existed. Season 2. Completely missed it.
Yeah, that's right.
And I just have Prime, so it's really not going nowhere. Yeah, okay, right, correct. Yes, the movies are on HBO in America. In UK, it's Netflix. That's weird.
Honestly,
it would get confusing.
I do not. This is not a sponsor, and if we can change that someday. But I hear that a Netflix and a VPN will get you just about everything you need, because depending on the country, Netflix has it. It just depends on which country they have the rights to show it on. So. It might be.
We don't condone
cancel all but one of them, and then get you a VPN.
However works, whatever floats your boat, folks. Do your thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Used to be like Nintendo's handhelds were not region locked, so you could buy Japanese games and play them on your American Game Boys.
Those were the days. Oh, Netflix has figured out how to block
They're catching on.
VPNs. That explains why I've seen a lot fewer VPN ads on YouTube.
Probably when they started cracking down on multiple people on an account, right? My Netflix account used to get so much use. There's like 5 people on it now. Now 4 people don't have one, and I don't use it.
Right? Yeah. Netflix, bold strategy when they say, hey, instead of worrying about the value we offer to our customer, let's force them to do things our way. They'll certainly just comply. It's not like our entire company was built on the fact that people were tired of being forced to overpay for cable, which they weren't using. That's cable's problem. We're not cable. We offer significantly less than cable. So naturally, they'll do it for us. Because, well, how else are we going to pay Will Smith and add all of Adam Sandler's friends for those poorly put together movies? Only Adam Sandler can turn a movie with a $30,000 budget and turn into a $60 million movie because he's got to get all of his friends fucking jobs. You all need friends like Adam Sandler. We all do. I mean, Jesus Christ. How many families has that man fed?
That whole business model is going to crash. It's starting to, right? Like, cable's going to make a super comeback. It's going to be awful. It's going to make a comeback, but especially in America, all the different sports leagues are on so many different things. Right? If you want to watch the NFL, you have to have if you want to watch every NFL game, you have to spend so much money to get them.
NBC, Amazon,
ESPN.
Netflix, and ESPN too. Yeah, if you
There's
just want Monday
Peacock.
night.
There's some Peacock games.
Yeah, yep. It's gross.
Yeah, it's not good. Stu must like it because he is working.
NFL, another company that says
NFL Network. I don't know if any games are ever on NFL Network.
We don't have to improve our product. You're addicted to it.
Yeah.
Pay up.
Nope.
We've got Taylor Swift. That's what the NFL turned. They said, well, people are getting tired of paying our exorbitant fees. We need a whole new fan base. Hey, Taylor Swift, pretend to marry this dude who plays for the most famous team in the States. That should generate some income.
You have to pay a TV license to watch the BBC.
Well, that's what happens when you live in a dystopia. Isn't that wild, James? Could you imagine? Could you imagine because in America, I don't know how it is in England, but in America, if you want to get your driver's license, you got to wait in like a 3-hour line for them to take your photo. And then you got to wait 2 more weeks for them to mail you the fucking card. It was actually more efficient 30 years ago, somehow, some way. They used to be able to print them out while you were there. But can you imagine having to do that just so you can watch
every BMV, DMV, whatever you call it, experience I've personally had has been awful. About a month, probably 2 months ago, I went with my girlfriend up in Indianapolis, and actually was a good experience, which is wild. Because there was like 50 people working in a huge room, and they were just zinging. I'm like, okay, it's not normal. We had to go back a second time later, like 2 hours later, because they forgot to do something. And then it was not as fast. Just luck of the Irish, but I'm not Irish. I was going with that. Yeah, it's not great. Then they mail it to you. Like, here's a temporary one that some bars won't ever fucking acknowledge. It's bad.
Oh, yeah. Here's a sheet of paper. In case
it's fine if you get it wet. Nothing will happen.
Yeah, in case as a balding grown man in your 30s, you missed what it felt like being ID'd everywhere you went and not being able to buy alcohol. Like,
here you go.
Like I'm 20 over again. God damn. Yep. In other words, in other news, I'm looking for someone who makes fake IDs. So leave us a comment if you know a guy who knows a guy.
Moving on, we've got Kev's run of fun things. First one up is we've got some boys marketing.
The reason I brought this one up, James, is because when last season happened, I'm not exactly sure what the phenomena was here, but it seems to me that last season of The Boys drew in a new audience, something we were just talking about, because this new audience to The Boys apparently had no idea sort of what the shtick was and what some of the jokes were. So they got very, very offended at how we will say this with air quotes, woke the show was. Not understanding that everybody we're all up for it. When it comes to the boys, no one is above reproach. In my opinion, they stick it to just about anyone and everyone. They call out the hypocrisies that they see as a creative team. And this is one that, again, sticking with their current trends, they are also not afraid to get into the politics of today, which is a reason you either love the show or hate the show, usually, right? If you feel strongly enough about one, if you feel about the show one way or another, you probably have an opinion on their opinions. So here we go. Godolphin University getting rid of many DEI programs, much like my beloved alma mater, the Toledo Rockets. Sad day. Film studies made it through, though, gang. Don't worry. We still have
got it. Still got it.
TOL, baby.
They made the cut.
EDO. But yeah, so there we go, James. Do you think there will be a new influx of outrage whenever the next season of The Boys comes in? You think they're going to get into all of this? I think they're going to
probably, because The Boys is a satire on specifically America. Yeah, there's going to be a bunch of bad people. There's going to be a bunch of, I said bad, mad people. Yes, there always is. Headbug's right. Like, how dare you mock us? It's a fucking TV show.
It's
also,
the point of
it's
the show, dude.
Boys, like, go read the comic, any of it. Like, if anything, it doesn't go far enough.
Yeah, you want to see somebody that hates something, read The Boys and find out how much the original creator just hated all superheroes.
It's mocking superheroes, American contemporary society, like all of it. It's what it is. Damn it, we British laugh at American parody superhero show.
Yeah, it's just sort of, I don't know.
It also just happens to be really fucking good too. Last season wasn't great, but before that, it's really good.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I would think that is
as a whole, it's pretty
good. A lot
good.
of shows that, after a while, you either run into the Flanderization of certain characters, or you have the law of diminishing returns, because if you're not trying to always one-up yourself, or if you are trying to always one-up yourself
in a show that's about crazy scenes, like, yeah, this is also hilarious. We laugh at the fact people get mad at a show about people who can fucking fly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe.
Like, there's a scene where this dude lasers a lady's titties as foreplay. All right. I don't know how seriously you should be taking all of it.
He drinks breast milk. He has a drawer full of breast milk.
We watched a dude bang an octopus, man. Like, what? What are we doing?
Yeah, exactly. One guy's was dating an octopus, then locked in the closet.
And of course, his name is fucking Kevin. There's a cabal.
Kevin.
You guys want to talk about your Bilderbergers, your Illuminati, your Freemasons? Let's talk about the fact that someone out there has it out for all the Kevins in the world. Why is it always, whenever there's some weird, completely inept character who has some kind of odd character quirk or
Kevin,
an unforgivable kink, his name is going to be Kevin? What is that?
The Legion of Kevins, and they all suck except one.
Bullshit, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin, how is your lady octopus?
No.
People are gonna get mad. Here's the thing: they're always gonna be mad. So what do you do, right? Like, who cares?
Harumph.
Yeah, it's a big old harumph. I'm not watching this show. His ratings spike. Like, who fucking cares? I'm more interested to see what they do with the fact that one of the main actors, died. To see where they go with that, because he passed away in a motorcycle accident.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Kevin is the Kevin Sanchez of the Council of Kevin.
Oh, there we go. The Kevin is Kevin. There it is. I also like Sleek's take about, if you want to see someone who hates somebody, read my tweets about RFK. Noted. I will do that.
With his grandson, Danny.
Yes. Oh my God.
He's your grandson.
Oh,
tell him that.
I just think Sleek gave us the next commission for either Mel or Ren.
Yes, Rick and Morty.
Have it do
Kevin and Danny.
Yeah, Kevin, Danny, and just do a. Oh my god, dude, that will be a lot of fun.
I might help pay for that one. Good lord. Yep, here it is. Headbug. I'm not watching this show. Quickly blends into I'm hate watching this show, and then they are on the alt-right pipeline. Damn it, Homelander.
Damn you, Homelander.
Damn you, Homelander.
It's the exact same playbook as Hassan Piker, I think.
Damn you. I don't know who that is.
See, that was a joke slated specifically towards Sleek and Headbug. Since we're out here making clout route jokes, I figured I'd make a clout route joke.
Damn you, clout route. Get off my show.
Wrong egg.
Don't get. Get off my lawn. So they'll be mad. I don't care. As long as it's good, I'll watch it. Interested to see where season 2 of Godolkin goes, because all those guys are locked up and I don't know what they'll do.
Yeah, and hopefully they just go the recast route with that character you're referencing before.
I haven't heard they are. I haven't heard anything on that front. Not saying they're not. I just have not.
They could, yeah. I mean, they could just write the character off.
Probably pretty easy considering the situation they were in, and they were all jail, and they were in college jail, but it was actually pretty real jail. But it was under the. Or did they get it? Oh no, they're out now, right? The boys got them out.
Well, I know that, the two.
All right.
I know the two bad ones are going to be out.
The other ones might not be.
And that could also be what's used to explain it. You know, you've got the two psychos around.
Yeah, it's pretty not hard to
them did it.
Say he got killed by Homelander when Homelander massacred all those people at the school. There's some pretty easy ways if that's the route you want to go. Which to each their own. I like recasting, but I understand it.
Yep. Same.
We've talked about that, but to each their own. Next, we've got, this is kind of fun. Fantastic Four one-shot comic releasing on July 2nd. This is the first time Marvel Studios and Marvel Comics have worked together on a comic set in the world of the MCU.
Which is why I shared this, James, because wouldn't our dear friends... Well, it's interesting because it's a bold-faced lie, or a bald-faced lie if you're me. You should scroll down. There is a community note. It has been community noted.
Oh, no.
Because...
oh, boy.
How do you make a mistake this big? That's not
there have
remotely
been tons.
True. Yeah, they do it every time, I think. I think it would be...
if you can't read it, it says Marvel Studios boss Kevin Feige has worked on tie-in comics dating back to Iron Man. There have been tons. There's a whole wiki on them.
Yeah, I think it's
more... Oh, my God.
It's like a larger announcement if they don't do a comic book tie-in. Are you kidding? They changed.
There's 1,000
Nick
in
Fury's
here.
appearance in the Nick Fury used to be like a white dude with salt and pepper hair.
Yeah.
And then Sam Jackson got involved and they changed the look of the character in the comic. Or they might have actually done one comic run before where I can't remember actually who, but the point of it is they've done comic tie-ins for as long as they've had movie. Like that's what they're talking about, the industry where tie-ins and crossovers are like the most overdone thing ever.
Oh, I love it when these aggregate accounts fuck up. And they left it up.
This was an interesting because and I might have put the doc a little bit out of order, and I apologize for that. But this was a funny moment for me because two of the other tweets I shared for this show are also from Discussing Film. I have really avoided Culture Crave unless they're the only source I can find, because we like to have some kind of visual when we're talking about stuff.
Yeah.
But we've gone looking for the actual source more often. Discussing Film was one that I trusted a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then the first two fire off without a hitch. And then I see this and I'm like, well, looks like maybe we'll put Discussing Film on the banned list as far as my sources when it comes to this show, at least. But I just thought, how do you cover all this stuff for a living and even come up with the idea that that might be remotely true? Like, what?
Yeah, how do you mess that up? They didn't do their research. And they literally tweeted. Oh, good Lord. I'd get this. This tweet would be down fast. Like, this was released on yesterday, or this was Friday the 25th. Yeah, Friday. Around noon. Why wouldn't you take that down?
Yeah, he's been demoted to Nevin. I like it. Yep, agree. Or hey, if he keeps it up, we'll get rid of the first letter completely, and he'll have to be an Evan.
Yeah, fucking Evan. Spelled weird
too.
Evin. That's fucking terrible.
Oh yeah,
Evan with an I. The fuck do you think you are? It's perfect.
Throw an H in there, so it's Evan.
Evan. 2 syllables. It's a little Evan. Yeah, I don't. This is bad. I am a huge fan of a good community note. One of the few good things that's happened to Twitter, and that's one of them.
Yeah, I especially like when they're a little casual, the non-formal.
Yeah, yes. It literally says there's a whole wiki on them. No period. We're not worried about periods in here. Nothing. There have been tons.
Been tons. It's like that dude who never says, or gal never says anything in class, and then one day somebody says something stupid, and they just come out of nowhere with the
fucking knife,
with the golden one-liner. It's
just cut you down.
Yeah.
If you like this type of content, please like, subscribe, and share. Stream Elements. Stu working today.
That's right. Get it done, Stu.
And you did. What's really funny is you did say you shared 2 of these other ones I'm coming here with are discussing films.
Yeah. Source Deadline. Now, this is another one that I have 2 questions for you all. What and also why? David Fincher's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood sequel is reportedly titled The Continuing Adventures of Cliff Booth. The film will follow Brad Pitt as Cliff Booth while he navigates Hollywood as a studio fixer. Did I miss something here, James? Did everyone really fall that much in love with this character in a movie that had no story?
I never finished it, so to be real fair with you, I couldn't get through it. I fell asleep.
Yeah, rightfully so, I would say.
I didn't realize. Well, it's not built for. I don't think it was supposed to be built for a sequel for one, right?
I can't imagine. No, it was just built so that Quentin could play with himself for a few months and just do what he can do what he wants. It's at this point his name and any camera will get greenlit for millions of dollars, I imagine. But no, I've had people say to me that it's what do they call it? It's a character piece. It's more of a day in the life than it is that it doesn't have to have a narrative. I'm like, oh sure, yeah, that's fine, whatever you want to say. I disagree, but this is a dude who, the only thing I remember about this character is he was really into dirty feet for some reason. Considered what I think might have been a statutory offense. Can't quite remember that. He also murdered his wife on a boat. But they had that one scene that
spoilers, Jesus, for a movie that came out 5 years ago.
And then wait till you see the scene with Bruce Lee, which I think might have been.
Now you're telling me I have to watch this.
Might have been the most realistic part of all of it. It certainly is an experience.
Is Leo dead? Leo's in it, isn't he?
Oh yeah, Leo is.
Leo's dead. Didn't make it.
His career is dead, essentially.
Sean Beaned it. He's dead.
I for one can't imagine why there would need to be this story.
Tarantino steals again. The continuing adventure. Fucking great.
That's beautiful. I just don't understand. I don't know who they're making this movie for. And then it's a David Fincher movie. Is it going to have anything remotely that feels similar to the vibe of the Tarantino?
Yeah, it's very the fact that Fincher's doing it seems odd to me. It just seems like this isn't needed.
This reminds me of when NBC tried to do an Office spinoff about Dwight Schrute running a farm, and I think it got exactly one episode.
Well, didn't they do the Office season without the one Office season without what's his face in it? 2, yeah.
Sadly, too. Yeah. Yeah.
Also, you can't come up with a better name than the Continuing Adventures of Cliff Booth. Like, we can't be like, hey, here's the script, let's name it X, like every other fucking movie ever.
You know, this sucks because I am a fan of weird names, but this is a bad use of it for me. Like, I think this is a dumb movie, and so a dumb movie having a quirky name doesn't do anything. Doesn't do any service to folks like me who appreciate a quirky, weird name. Because, I mean, the secret is you have to have like a 1 or 2 syllable version. So if you want to get away with one of these long ass names, like you got to ask yourself, what is the audience going to call it? Those that don't want to say all of this, they're going to call it what? You see Cliff Booth, you know, so I'm like, if
you seen that Cliff Booth
name gives you a shitty shorthand version, like then you can't do the quirky name because that's not what anyone's going to call it anyway. God damn it. Just everything about this sucks. You would never, if you had told me blind, Kevin, David Fincher is going to do a sequel to a Tarantino movie, I'd have been like, dude, yes. Okay. All right.
Dead last.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, finally we're going to get to see Vincent, the Vega brothers, right? You know, I know Michael Madsen and John Travolta are too old to do it, but there's been a story there where Vinny Vegas and Mr. Blonde are brothers, and in this shared universe, that's a really cool story. A lot of fans have wanted that they will probably never get. That's where my head would have gone. Like, oh my God, David Fincher.
Oh God.
And instead we get this. Like, come on, God damn it, dude. Just retire. Can you just retire already? Just do it. Just retire. It's over. I'd like to appreciate some of it.
Would not recommend this, Headbook. Your next comment is correct. Weirdos are weird.
Just name a child after whatever you do to get a pet's attention.
You like this type of content? Come on down. Join the Discord. Right there. There's your link. Have fun. Yeah, I'm out. Not interested. Heck, I haven't finished the first one, let alone the sequel by somebody else. No. Sorry, Cliff, well. Mr. Booth, not watching.
Why don't you ask Disney Plus how well it works having multiple people direct your trilogy?
Oh, it's a trilogy now.
Well, I mean, God. Anybody in Hollywood ever do a sequel without the intention of doing a third one?
Wrong. You're not wrong, brother. You ain't wrong.
Straight to Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Be Cliff Booth, the Before Times. Also, how roles aren't coming Brad Pitt's way like they used to, huh?
No, they are not.
No Bullet Train 2.
True story. I once taught a child called Avashit Upanapan.
Avashit Upanapan.
Oh, you're so much better than me. Avashit Upanapan. Yeah, so much.
Played better. A lot of FIFA growing up. You know? Oh, an ambitious effort from Upanapan.
Avashit. What did you say?
He says.
My name. Upanapan. Yeah, you're right. Avashit Upanapan. Yeesh. What did you say? Sir, that's my name.
And that's it. It's in the upper 90 goal. Have a shit about a ban. I love it, dude. I taught him how to swim.
I'm glad you provided some positives to his life, Headbug, because that's a tough day at the office every day you wake up. I think upon turning 18, I would be changing my name.
Yeah, yes. I now have a new appreciation.
Doug. My name's Doug. Just go with the most basic name. Yeah, I'm Doug. What's your last name? Doug. I am Doug.
Have a shit upon the pool.
See, exactly. Even the teachers can't help themselves. Even the teachers cannot help themselves in these situations. Oh. All right, Kev. Next up, we've got the name of Ready or Not 2.
Let's go.
It is
Now,
titled
this sequel I like.
Ready or Not, Here I Come. I gotta look.
You know what?
See. I gotta see if I can't even think what Ready or Not is off the top of my
I
head.
like this. I like this. While you look it up, I will say more of this stuff, please. I hate just throwing 2 behind a sequel. I love the idea of incorporating the
it's a horror
original
movie.
title into your sequel. Yeah. Okay. So the spoiler-free version is Miss Weaver here. Weaving. I'm sorry. I believe it's Samara Weaving. She is getting married into a very wealthy family who that got their wealth because they basically owned like Milton Bradley or something. You know, the family owns a bunch of games, and it's a family tradition on their wedding night that they have to draw a card and play a game. And there's only one bad card in the deck there, James, and that is if you have to play hide and seek, because the hide and seek game, spoiler alert, full spoilers for this movie, run for the hills if you have not seen it yet. It is a phenomenal movie. I love this movie. I couldn't recommend it enough.
Look it up.
You should watch this movie. Okay, so if you don't want to have it spoiled, I'm about to spoil it.
That's all right.
The only bad game in the deck is the game of hide and seek, because wouldn't you know it, this family sold their soul to the devil in order to have this fortune and fame. And there must be a sacrifice from each generation. So they play the game at weddings to determine who is going to be the sacrifice to continue the bloodline success. And here we have our final girl on her wedding night, who it will be hunted by her in-laws. So it also has that sort of like, haha, you get to make some everybody hates their in-laws jokes with it.
Mm-hmm.
But this movie is great, dude. I watched the dead meat kill count on this movie, and they talk about I think 17 different versions of her wardrobe, because after every sort of minor boss that she runs along, she has to do something else, and so the shit's getting more and more tattered and torn. And by the end, as you can see here, she's rocking a fucking bandolier and a shotgun like she's a T900 or something. Not a movie I thought warranted a sequel. I thought it was pretty self-contained and done, but given how much I liked the first one, I will give it the benefit of the doubt and say that I'm very excited for this.
Is it scary horror or funny horror?
Funny horror.
Okay, I'm looking at pictures. I'm like, this looks like funny horror,
like action-driven horror with a lot of moments of levity. Yeah, it's put in the horror genre, right? It is technically is that what they're saying?
It says horror. It's 2019 American horror. Oh, 2019 American horror comedy. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I was say I would have it more under like the dark comedy, horror comedy. There you go. Than like a traditional.
Okay, now
horror.
maybe
It's not going to scare you, but
yeah.
it's a very fun time. It's a really fun couple of hours.
It's only an hour and a half. It's 95 minutes.
Side characters are amazing too. Like they're all working well with what they have, and from the behind the scenes that I saw, the crew was very much in it. They were inserting their own little gags and moments, but yeah, I talk about a lot how poorly timed comedy can ruin good movies and good tense moments. This is an example of why people try to do that stuff, because when you get the balance right, it's really good. So if you haven't seen this, I do recommend getting your.
I think I'm going to try to watch it. It's only an hour and a half. It's not long. It's not. I do love scary movies, but it's not scary. So it's like it's fake scary.
Maybe I'm easily scared. Well, that's true. It might be scary.
I mean, it looks fucking cool.
Yeah, dude. Great. Some great characters.
What is up, Anthony?
Cool set.
Welcome.
Anthony.
Sith have put a relic on the Wookiees planet. Oh boy.
Okay. That's a cool story. All right. Have to look into that.
All right. Well, we might have to look at. I might have to watch this and we might have to discuss it.
R.I.P. to Shadow's pet rock. I'm sorry.
No, the pet rock's dead. Oh no.
That's a horrible.
She's a murderer.
Oh God.
I'm confused by what's going on down there, so I'm just clicking through. Last thing we got is Variety article here. Look at us using an actual source.
Ooh.
Bill Hader to co-write, potentially star in the Jonestown series in development at HBO. I'll scroll that down. So I can't go down any farther, so I can't show that. I don't know anything about this, Kev.
Yeah, I've seen a few different tweets about this. I wanted to talk to the squad about it because, for one, huge Bill Hader fan over here, somebody that I have enjoyed not only for his comedic work, but Barry is a show that I have not finished. I've only seen season 1, but I really liked it a lot. I thought he was great in it. And that's what makes me think he has the range to do this. It's sort of like when Glenn Howerton did that movie about the BlackBerry guy, where it's like, okay, we always knew he could, Glenn Howerton, Dennis Reynolds could play like a psychotic, funny guy, but will he work outside of that? And I thought he did a phenomenal job there. I think Bill Hader, I'm just definitely making an assumption here. I don't know if it's the right assumption to say that he will play Jim Jones, but I feel pretty confident that he would be a main character in this if he's going to write it, develop it. And so he's going to be part of the Jonestown inner circle. Now, very brief history.
I'm reading about this right now. Yeah, go ahead.
I got you. Jim Jones is a former Indiana preacher who eventually moved his congregation out west. He had what we will just call it what it is. It was a cult following. He got a lot of money, a lot of support through his followers, and eventually, for many reasons, probably not the least of which to get some distance between him and the American government, he created his own town in another country. I do believe it was Africa. Sorry, I don't have all my notes in front of me.
Guyana, Guyana.
Thank you. And so he builds this compound. He has people there. At some point, a senator goes to visit because they're hearing some allegations that the cult members are not allowed to leave, that there are American citizens that want to come home and are being held captive against their will at this crazy cult compound. And this is when the story gets really nuts because Jim Jones and his cronies kill that dude, most of his family at the airport. Like they're getting ready to take off. He's shooting everybody down. And then he takes that angst and those guns onto his own followers, played a lot of music over loudspeaker to get them to all end game themselves. If you've ever heard the cult joke, don't drink the Kool-Aid, it comes from Jonestown, all right, because they put arsenic in the Kool-Aid. The evidence would suggest that many of those people did not take their own lives, that they were taken from them by Jones and his squad. So it's one of the craziest stories in human history that's been talked about to death, to be fair. But I have some faith, at least in one of the people. And, you know, they said it's development at HBO and not at HBO Max. So maybe even HBO is learning. Maybe they're growing a little bit, James. Maybe they do have the chance to return to their former selves. So sorry, guys, very long-winded, short breakdown of what that was. But that would be the concept, right? A crazy cult situation going on. A real-life tragedy certainly has the right amount of intrigue to make for good television, though. I'd be lying if I said that I haven't watched several documentaries about this. But I think it could be good. I like Bill Hader, and I'm interested to see him in something a lot more serious. I do not think this will be a dark comedy, James.
No, I think this will be pretty serious, right? I don't. Maybe you could make it a dark comedy. It'd be kind of wild, but I don't know.
That would be a brave choice.
I don't know if today's society would. They would be in an uproar if that happened.
It was Flavor Aid. Oh, fucked up.
Flavor Aid is a discount brand. Says he will, if he is being eyed to potentially star, and he would serve as co-writer and co-showrunner, also while also directing, if it moves forward.
That's a lot of hats. I would say that, Bill. That's a lot of hats.
A lot of hats. The next
Monsters is on.
I can't say I don't know much about this, so I must have slept through this in history class. But I'm now intrigued, though. I am intrigued.
It's an interesting story. It might not have been covered in history. Me and our good buddy Nate, we have had our time dabbling on stuff like this on previous programs. So we used to talk about some crazy occultists and other paranormal activity stuff way back in the day. So I am a hobbyist historian for what it's worth. I spend way too much time listening and watching content about stuff like this throughout different parts in history. I think it will be a pretty good show. I'm excited about it, but we shall see, because this is coming from the same folks who brought you Paul American. So I don't know. Charlie Hunnam is playing Ed Gein. I definitely mispronounced that last name, but that, again, I get intrigued by this stuff. So it is what it is. Might be a bit of a weirdo, but you know what?
Headbug loves him, even though he's from Newcastle, the Scully.
Oh, I need to know some of these other regions of England that we.
I agree. We should do. Yeah, we got to learn, Kev. We're not very well versed in our European.
And I can start doing regional accents, and then I think I'll be allowed to do it more. If I'm like, oh, well, that bloke from Blackpool, he's a real idiot.
The 51st state is our story. What's up, Polar Knights? I think that's all I got, Kev. Do you got anything else?
We hate the North. Okay, heard. All right, they got that. You know what? They had that same thing in this country for a few years. I remember learning about that one. That one I did learn about in history class.
I remember that. We all know about that one. Wasn't alive. None of us were alive for that. And if you were alive, you probably were killed during it.
You're probably right. You're not here to tell us about it. A couple of quick things. I'm just going to throw this up with the overlay here. Some flack was caught by Alien Earth. Now, I wasn't able to find the original image, so forgive me, but there is a drawing of
there we go.
Galactus doing this very same thing, right? Where he's eating the
earth. Shit.
So there were some call outs about this being sort of stealing an idea. I, for one, think it's a pretty common idea to have something eat the earth in your image. But again, I want to take this moment to call out the aliens being on Earth is a pretty dumb idea. I don't think they should have done it. I'm very scared. I hope it's good.
Yeah.
What do you think, James? Should no one be allowed to eat the Earth if it's been done once?
No. Like no. Stop it. You can do that. Because one person did it doesn't mean nobody else can do it.
It's my idea. You took my idea.
I put that earth in that thing's mouth. That's my idea.
Can't be done. I done did it. And lastly, for me, coming out on August 13th will be issue 1 of Predator Kills the Marvel Universe. So we've got aliens on Earth. We've got Predator on Earth. Maybe we'll get aliens versus Predator on Earth again.
Crazy.
But probably not. And see, just as if to once again stick a knife into the back of discussing film and twist it a little bit. Do you guys notice who the two most prominently drawn characters are at the bottom of Predator's feet? They're in a very light bluish hue, so they stick out amongst the other decomposing bodies. Oh, James, that's a Fantastic Four. Don't they have a movie coming out this summer? Maybe a few weeks before this comic comes out.
Things right there too.
Wow.
They're fucking right there.
It's almost like Marvel does comic tie-ins with their movies and have done so for years.
No, first time forever.
Wow, what a great idea to do this. Hell, even Daredevil's in there.
Yeah, Daredevil, Spider-Man.
Notice there's nobody in there that's not relevant to the MCU.
Wolverine.
Even old Tony Stank is still there. Yeah, come on, gang. Get with the program discussing film. But no, that, I believe, covers everything that I had for this show. If we missed anything, maybe I'll just turn that into a little pre-record for the squad. Wait. We got one more, don't we? Constantine 2 trailer just dropped. Ooh, come on. I got the time, James. You have the time?
What? I'm trying to find this.
Let me see.
Trying to see if Shadow's fucking with us. I can't find it.
Ooh, but okay, while you're looking for that, I will read Anthony's comment regarding Alien Earth. I hope the rumor is true based on one of the trailers that the ship that is on its way to Earth is carrying 5 different forms of life from different planets, new lore. That would be pretty cool. To be fair, that's one of the most fun concepts of the Xenomorph, right? Is seeing what it would do with different aliens. See also The Thing. You know, I would love it if we could find a way to revisit John Carpenter's The Thing in a way that would also do that. I think they did some of that in the comic books. They're limited comics where it's you get to see or hear some of the different creatures from hundreds of other planets that it has consumed and could theoretically shapeshift to. Like, that would be pretty cool to see stuff like that. So I am with it. Did Shadow just rickroll us?
Shadow just rickrolled us.
Let's go, dude. Good for you, man. I am.
Well done,
this
Shadow.
is not a sarcastic applause. I appreciate a good rick rolling.
They got us.
It should not
They got us.
ever stop, dude. Never gonna give up rick rolling. Thank you. Yes, dude. Hey, we got a couple extra minutes out of the show on that. I'll thank you.
We did. Nice. Well done.
Executive producer.
Shout out everybody, even Shadow right now for joining us. Headbug, Shadow, Anthony, Kang, Sleek. We appreciate you guys. We made it. Was not short. Polar Knights was in there too. Was not short like I predicted earlier. I always do that. And this always fucking happens every fucking time.
It's like the announcer's curse, dude. You whatever you do, James, don't if you're watching football and you see a kicker has made 27 straight field goals, you don't say a word, because clearly your time doing play-by-play college basketball means you now have it. With great power comes great responsibility.
Yes, it does.
Now curse people. As play-by-play announcers, James, we can just curse anybody at any time just by acknowledging that they are doing a thing. So you got to be careful now.
Appreciate each and every one of you. Kev, give them the old spiel. Where can they find you outside this fun land of dweeb?
Oh, well, you can find our latest pay-per-view coming out one fight at a time over at Carnage Media. So look for that on YouTube. Carnage Media PPV is the handle. We had an amazing batch of bouts last Saturday. 12 fights. Not a single one went to the judges. Every single one decided by knockout or submission. So that was a lot of fun. Crowd was amazing. There had never been pro MMA in the city of Bowling Green before. So that was pretty cool to do that and to do it in a mall. James, did you know they still had malls? This was news to me.
No, I did not.
Yep. They do. Other than that, though, look for me on some upcoming videos on this channel and a very special upcoming video on the Clout route. I believe be releasing on Wednesday morning. We still have to go through the final phases of QA tomorrow. So we'll see if we run into any issues with the edit or anything like that. We usually have to adjust some audio levels, a couple of minor things, but I will not spoil it. I have been promised to secrecy, but let's just say we'll be looking into a couple of careers of some formerly famous people, as we do, and see what they're doing now, what caused their downfall, and how they're grifting their remaining audience until they have nothing left but the tears. And speaking of tears, I will cry if I don't stream with James about Andor this week. That wasn't a great transition, but pretend it was, James. What else you got for him?
We will be streaming live this Thursday for Andor. But I think we're back at our normal 10 this week, right? Because we had the draft last week, so we're back.
Yeah, so like 9
popped in there, had no idea what was going on, but loved it. She enjoyed it, so that's good. Shadow, someday I'll be a guest on the Clout route, but I don't even know what they do over there. So like I need to watch one first and get an idea what I'm walking myself into.
Yeah, we just need to find a mainstream enough issue.
Yes.
Like when the whole world knows this person and that's when they fuck up, that'll probably be the time to bring James in. Otherwise, it'll take so long to explain. They understand. The crossover audience that does both, they get it. They're like, yeah, we can't always explain all of this to all of our friends. You know? Sometimes it's like, bro, you're on the internet that much? No, I'm good. Check, please. You know?
Check. Please. Yeah. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll be back live Thursday at 9 p.m. Be on the lookout for some pre-recorded content before then. Until next time, guys, we did it. We made it an hour. Always do. So thank you guys. We shall see you.